I'd like to start this video off by saying I am not a financial advisor. Should you choose to invest in Bitcoin or any other asset, do your own research or seek the advice of an actual financial advisor. Now, to start, a while back when we had this top, roughly between $10 and $11,000 here, we started our downtrend, and around that time I was putting out videos showing that we were putting in a descending broadening wedge, but then later on I threw out that pattern and went with something else, and of course those patterns they ended up failing anyways. What I should have done is I should have stuck to that original descending broadening wedge, because it turns out that even today the price action is still playing around that trend. Now if we move forward here, hold on, I'm drawing random lines again, you can see we actually put in a second pattern, a second descending broadening wedge too, within this larger one. And as the days went on, and we ended up having this breakdown below the legacy trend line, which plowed through every support all the way down to $3,800. Now, when we got down there, we were kind of trapped underneath of the larger descending broadening wedge. Now, when we broke back in, as you can see, we started an uptrend, and we got stuck below the bottom support of the smaller descending broadening wedge. And then when we broke back up through that. We didn't really continue. We continued with the uptrend somewhat, and then we kind of just fell back over, and then we broke down out of what everyone was calling a bull flag here. Or bear flag. Sorry, my bad, bear flag. And theoretically, yes, it was a bear flag. It had all the points of contact and everything. But anyways, the breakout of it was kind of underwhelming, and as you can see, there was no volume with this breakout at all. The volume is still tapering down even now. When we broke down out of this bear flag, we ended up finding support on the bottom of the smaller descending broadening wedge here. Okay, now this is something that I could see happening in the near future. If we continue down on this support, we could see prices back down $5,000 in a bit of a slow manner, though. It would be kind of a bleed out. Well, there is another scenario. We could just end up falling down through this, and then, well, the 200 weekly moving average is around 5,500, I believe. I think so. So we may end up finding support on that. But either way, we could end up putting in a second bottom here, and I'm thinking that this is what's going to happen. This is going to end up turning into some sort of double bottom formation, and my guess is that it would turn into something like the Adam and Eve bottom formation. And of course, once this formation completes, we would find our way back to the top of this descending broadening wedge that we've technically been in since the top in, what, mid-February, I think it was? Yeah. So, by the time this would complete, we would end up breaking above this resistance of the larger and smaller descending broadening wedge, and that could send us flying right through the legacy trend line, and we could be back up into the $9,000 area, $10,000 area, maybe even $11,000, $12,000 area by the halving. And so technically my previous prediction of between $12,000 to $15,000 for the price of Bitcoin by the halving would still then be valid. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on. I mean, yes, in the short term we will see more bearish action. There's no doubt in my mind that the prices are going to continue downwards, but on a longer term here, or on midterm, I should say, I could see us we're putting in a bullish formation on a larger scale. And it was a bullish formation that I pointed out a while back. I should have just stuck with it, but I didn't. But whatever. Anyways, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm personally seeing. I don't know what anybody else is looking at on their charts or whatever, but this is what I see. This is what I think can happen. We could be potentially putting in an Adam and Eve formation, and this could cause a breakout a decent-sized breakout, and it could send us all the way back above $10,000 over the next couple of months. So, this would be, well, of course, I'm accumulating. There's no doubt there. I've been accumulating. These are good prices. If anybody says otherwise, I don't know what to tell them. But, let's see if there's any news. Okay, news. Well, first off, news today is basically what news has been for the past couple of weeks. It's recession, it's downturns, it's global pandemic, it hasn't changed much. I was looking through news articles and I'm seeing basically the same thing over and over and over and over again. This one was a little bit different, but it still ties into the fact that we're in a recession. I believe there's a couple of analysts. I heard somewhere that people were saying that we are in a recession. Oh, actually, as a matter of fact, there's some articles saying that the Dow Jones has re-entered a bull market, that the bear market ended after 11 days. Like that, I don't see that happening. I mean, yes, the Dow did have a nice uptrend. I forget what the exact percentage was, but it was pretty nice. The Dow, the S&P, they all went up for like 3 or 4 days last week or something like that. But then on Friday, they started going down again. So I do not believe that this downtrend is anywhere near over. I could see us dropping at least 30% more. But that remains to be seen. Anyways, $7 billion and counting, waiting to enter the cryptocurrency market. Well, technically, this $7 billion and counting is sitting on the sidelines, because a lot of this is people that exited their positions in cryptocurrency because of the recent downwards price action that we've had. Well, the selling, which, yeah. Anyways, those people haven't actually left they did not convert their stable coins into fiat currency. They're keeping their stable coins, so basically, they may be waiting for the right opportunity to buy back into the market. They're waiting for things to turn around, or they're waiting to find lower prices. It could be either of the two. Hold on, let's see what this says. Present uncertainty in the global stock and commodity prices is being reflected in the cryptocurrency market. Swinging prices and a growing amount of capital parked in these stablecoins are telling signs of investor indecision. The combined market capitalization of all stablecoins has now reached an all-time high of more than $7 billion. The growth of the market capitalization suggests that many traders may have exited positions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies, but are not quite done with the industry just yet. So yeah, basically, it's literally just what I said, that they're kind of just waiting for the right opportunity to re-enter the market. I'll leave a link to this article in the description below. But like I said, most of the articles that I'm finding online are basically the same thing being repeated and over again. Oh, actually, there's something else. I think Microsoft has patented a technology to mine cryptocurrency. Its own cryptocurrency, I think. It's coming out with its own crypto, by using energy from the human body, like brainwaves or heat or whatever. I'm sure if you Google search it, you can find something about it. But I thought that was pretty interesting. A little weird, but hey, this is 2020, the age of technology. Well, or whatever you want to call it. Technology is advancing at a rapid rate. So yeah, we're seeing some insane shit come out these days. I mean, the U.S. patented an anti-gravity aircraft recently, too. Google that, you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyways, moving on. Okay, now, as for the virus. Last week I posted a video and the virus case count was at 300 and something thousand. Now it is at 600 and something thousand. It is at 684,652 cases worldwide. That means it doubled in a week again. The week prior to my last week's video, I had a video out that had 112,000 cases or something like that. I think, yeah, it was 100 and something thousand cases. So it's basically, this virus is expanding at a rate of a factor of 2, or an exponential rate of, it's doubling basically. I'm fucking this up so bad right now. The case count is doubling every week basically. The United States has taken the lead as far as case counts go. The United States has 124,763 cases. Actually, I think this may be a bit off because you can see the little triangles here. That means, actually, let's see what that means. Cannot access data. So yeah, it hasn't been updated today, so this may be a little bit higher. But yeah, you can see New York has the majority of the cases in the United States. New York City in particular. Hold on. That had 5,000 cases right there, but New York City has 30,000 cases. As a matter of fact, I recently heard about them. New Jersey was going to close its borders off to New York, I believe it was, but they weren't allowed to do that, so instead they have military, they have National Guard and police pulling over people with New York license plates on them. I mean, that's a whole other discussion for another time, but all in all, that's kind of fucked up. Also, they have National Guard going door to door asking if anybody from New York has entered the premises. And that is a fucking terrible idea. Sending people door to door to do anything is a terrible idea during a pandemic. That's the best way to spread the fucking virus. Like, if they go to somebody's house and that person is infected, and then that person that's doing the inspection catches the virus, and then they go house to house to house to house to house afterwards, they have the potential to infect just every other household that they enter during this. And wow, I mean, I've seen some dumb shit in my time, but holy shit. Anyways, like I've said before, to stay updated on this, you can always visit the CDC's website, the World Health Organization's website. They can tell you everything you need to know. I'll leave the link to this map in the description below to keep it, so you can keep track of the case count and everything. You guys got to be careful out there. This is very real. Don't want anybody to tell you anything else. The U.S. stock market, well, the global stock market, is going to take one hell of a toll for what's going on, because basically the entire U.S. economy has come to a halt. There's certain businesses that are still running, but other businesses have shut down, and that will cause a ripple effect. And this is, hold on, the unemployment rate, for example, last week, I think it was 3 million and something people have filed for unemployment in the past week or so, or something like that. That is insane. That is 1% of the entire U.S. population. Think about that. That blew away the past record of 700,000 people filing, and I think that was like 1980 something. So yeah, this is something to not take lightly. Just whatever you do, just be careful out there. Keep your distance from people, wash your hands, carry hand sanitizer on you, don't go out if you don't need to go out. And yeah, with that, I think that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you all next time. Stay safe out there, guys.